All right, welcome to Buffalo Plus. Please be sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Mike Catalana, I'm Jenna Cottrell. The Bills with a dominant win over the Jets today, 47 to 45-7.
Okay, try that again.
I'm just going to say dominant win. I don't know why those numbers don't stick in my head, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they took it off the scoreboard.
3-2. All right, welcome back to Buffalo Plus. Please be sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe if you enjoy our content. Mike Catalana, I'm Jenna Cottrell. The Bills with a big win over the Jets today. The defense with 5 turnovers. Absurd. The offense getting into a rhythm. We saw that run game. It went missing. It's returned. And then also Josh Allen getting into a rhythm. Stephon Diggs, a piece of this game. It was a great win from this team. What did you see?
Yeah, you said it. Dominant, like, and enjoy were 2 of the words you used.
Yeah.
Fans haven't had a lot of that over the last month. Think about what they had. You had the end of that game against the Titans that didn't go well. Then you had the bye week.
Yeah.
Then you came back with a game you didn't love against the Dolphins, but it was a win.
Yeah.
And then the mess in Jacksonville last week. What did you have this week? You talk about complimentary football. Look, I know this isn't a great Jets team, but they did have a couple of big wins. They beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
They beat the Titans, right?
Yeah.
So, and Mike White was the one-hit wonder for this franchise. And then today, the Bills' defense just decimated him. And then on the other side of the ball, they did what they wanted. For once this season, really, all around, they imposed their will on the other team offensively. They ran it. They threw it when they needed to. Josh was really good again. And this was the kind of win, they won't admit it, it's the kind of win they needed.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like that gets your confidence going once again. And it's just something that I think we talked about. We wanted to see a game like this, especially after the stretch that you had mentioned. You know, those 5 turnovers. This Bills defense has been able to turn over the ball, but these are not a given. Like, what do you think makes this unit so special and so effective?
Well, you know, Sean McDermott mentioned it. The Trey White interception, if you watch what he did, he just read the quarterback. You know, McDermott loves that because that was like elite planning. Like, you might think, oh, he just threw it right to him. But Trey sort of goes with the play and then drops back in the spot. Mike White did not expect him there. That's film study. That's a guy who knew where he needed to be. And he fooled a inexperienced quarterback is what he did. Micah Hyde knocking the ball out. That was a big play. I mean, I know it was 17-3, but you don't want to give up points before half. So for the 3rd straight game, they get a turnover right before half when the other team's going to score. Taron Johnson comes up with a play, and even A.J. Klein said it. They had a couple more in their hands. They could have had about 7 turnovers in this game instead of 5. It's not just luck. They say they come in bunches. You know why it comes in bunches? Because they make plays, and that's what they did.
Yeah, I mean, and I just feel like this team, what is it, like this, they hit the cycle. Like, I don't even know. like
I've never seen it before where all 5 guys in the secondary get a turnover. You're talking about 4 interceptions and a fumble, and I love the fact, I really do love that Poyer was the last guy. Because you know, not only was it bugging him a little bit, but the other guys got to needle him a little bit. They were like, Poe, you're not part of the team. Like, when are you going to join? And then he got his. So you don't usually get to call your shot. What did he say as he walked away? Hey, Mike White, thanks for giving us 5. Look, he did. You know, his stuff's in the Hall of Fame one week, and you have 5 turnovers another. That's the NFL.
I thought Ed Oliver was another player on defense that really jumped out, as well as A.J. Klein. But Ed, we've talked about him before, about wanting to see more, especially coming into this season. Today, he was a guy that you kept seeing.
Oh, yeah. He was in the backfield. He was attacking. And they didn't have Starr in this game, and they just jumped right back into it. F.A. Obata made plays, too. I don't want to shortchange Ed Oliver. He was great. And you could tell the way McDermott talked about it. He loves the way Ed is developing. This is what you want to see out of a high draft pick. And he looked like a guy who can dominate a game from the inside.
I've listened to and been at a lot of Sean McDermott press conferences.
When he says nothing?
Most of the time, he's like a politician.
Yes.
But I will say he today was so complimentary, and not just of the game, but like specific players. You mentioned Ed Oliver talking about the offensive side of the ball. Isaiah McKenzie, a guy who we really hadn't seen involved in the passing game today, kind of becoming alive. He talked about how Isaiah's personality like makes his team who they are. But it was nice to see Isaiah get involved. Gabriel Davis, players that we really haven't. You could even say Stephon Diggs.
How about Matt Breida? And I asked Breida after the game, I said, you know, how tough is that? This guy is a veteran. He never says, guys love him on this team. He hasn't had any snaps on offense since week 2, which was, I think, 1 snap. He had 4 in the first game. So you're talking about getting no playing time. He comes right out, he gets the touchdown, he runs it well. And you talked about McKenzie, also in the running game.
Yeah.
Heck, Emmanuel Sanders ran a jet sweep.
Yeah.
They got everybody going. And Sean McDermott made a point to compliment Brian Daboll for his play calling.
Yeah.
Because he called runs. He likes the runs. McDermott wants the ball to be run at times. And it set up the passing game, too.
It did. And, like, that physicality, Sean McDermott likes to play with that.
Yeah.
Like, he likes to have the offense impose their will type of thing. The fact that the run offense, like, we hadn't seen the run be effective.
Yeah.
Today, it was very effective. How much does that just help the confidence of this team? Like, can you build a foundation off of that?
Yeah, I think you show you can do it. Guys get more confidence. Mitch Morris said, we ran the ball, and we want to prove to the play callers that we can run it.
Yeah.
That's a sense of pride. And when I asked McDermott, what's it do for the team, the first thing he said was, yeah, go ask the offensive linemen how much they love this.
Yeah.
So you get them all back in there. And Spencer Brown pancaked at least 2 people during the game. So what did McDermott say when he was asked about Spencer Brown? He said he has a lot of intensity, but don't put him in the Hall of Fame
don't
yet.
put him in Canton quite yet.
Yeah, which was funny, but they like it. They like what he brings to the offensive line. Yes, I know some of you were listening. You're probably already commenting, it's only against the Jets. It's against the Jets. But this is what you have to do against the Jets.
Yeah.
You got to show the dominance when you can, and then try to translate that into against the better teams. Today they did that, certainly offensively. They really, it was a great plan, great execution. They had the one turnover on the pass by Allen that was deflected, and then Breida gave the ball up late. But otherwise, they were in total control at that point.
Yeah, no, they absolutely were. And this was a game that I feel like they needed the style points. I wanted to see the style points from them. They were able to do it.
No. Micah Hyde told me right afterward, he's like, nope, it doesn't matter. We just got to win. Every game's the same. Look, it's a 17-game schedule. It's hard to win in this league, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy this. And I'm not saying they're not enjoying it, but they needed not a laugher, not to be like taunting the other team. Where you say every guy gets on that plane going, we feel good. We feel good. It isn't like you won the game close and the defense was bad or the offense was bad. No. They dominated the game. They can feel good.
Yeah.
It gets them going again. I do think they changed things up a little bit this week. I think there was more focus. I think this team has always been that way, but I do believe there was a little more attention to detail this week. They weren't out to try to put on a show, and they ended up putting on a show.
Exactly. And Sean McDermott talked about the senior leadership that he saw from his team, and that's a huge piece. Like a season, it's 17 weeks for the regular season. It is a long grind, but at the same point, I think you saw last week they might have been a little distracted. This week, they got back on track.
And it's not always, though, the style points. It is interesting. A year ago, they were here after 2 straight losses, and they won 18-10 with 6 field goals. And they didn't lose again until they got to the AFC champ. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They lost the Hail Murray game. That was the only game they lost the rest of the year, and they did that. So it's not always the style points. You got to get a win. They got to win. But the style points, I think for this current team, you're right. They needed it.
They needed that.
They needed to feel good about themselves, and they did. And they played really well. Enjoy this, Bills fans, and be watching. And like, comment, and subscribe because your team played really well.
Okay, a couple cool moments. People recognized us, me on the sidelines, like, oh, Buffalo Plus. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Like, if you see us out, say hi.
Say hi, Buffalo Plus.
Yes, hi, Buffalo Plus, so that way we know. But, yeah, we really appreciate it. So if you like our stuff, please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, all that stuff. We're going to head back to get some food because I'm starving. I know that's not shocking at all.
Well, there's a stunner. John McDermott wants to run the ball, and Jenna wants to eat dinner. There we go.
There are 2 truths in this life. All right. Thanks for watching. For Mike, I'm Jenna. We appreciate all the support. Thanks for watching.